Hey, we're looking at free agents and possible landing spots, and where would Jason Pierre-Paul end up? How about in a Lions uniform? You know, they could use some pressure on the quarterback. They gave up a lot of big plays in the secondary last year, but a lot of it was because they weren't getting the pressure up front. It didn't help when Ziggy Ansah missed time. I like Pierre-Paul to the Lions. I think he'll end up back with the Giants. But how about the Saints as well? They could use pressure off the edge. And Pierre-Paul, one of the marquee free agents that people are talking about as we head into the combine, but right after the combine, you know the free agent frenzy gets started. So I got 9 more names right here, and I've got 3 landing spots for each dude. So let's get with it. Hey, let's go to number 9. How about Martellus Bennett? Now, Bennett's set to hit the free agent market. A lot of people think the Patriots are not going to bring him back. I'm not totally sold on that. I don't think that New England wants to get into a bidding war, though, at the tight end position, especially with Rob Gronkowski due to be back. Martellus Bennett could be a target for the Rams, could be a target for the Giants, or perhaps the Colts, where Dwayne Allen has never really taken that next step, and Jack Doyle is set to be a free agent. I think Bennett could help out Andrew Luck a lot. I like Deshaun Jackson, the Rams, Eagles, or Titans. Now, a lot of speculation about the Eagles because some Eagles players have come out and said that they think he'll be back. Deshaun Jackson has talked about it. But if he doesn't go there, the Rams certainly could use some outside talent for Jared Goff. They have the money to go get him. And then the Tennessee Titans definitely could use someone to stretch the field, give the safety something to think about, which takes the safety out of the box, which means that running game is even more effective. Okay, we just talked about Deshaun Jackson maybe playing for the Titans. That would be awesome. Who would be covering him? Well, if the Texans can hang on to A.J. Bouye, that'd be great. But they may not be able to, or they may not decide to franchise him. If they don't, I think there are a lot of teams that would be extremely interested in a corner. You see the teams that I have earmarked for him there below. A.J. Bouye, I don't expect to hit the market, but boy, if the Patriots, who saw him firsthand in the playoffs, signed him, Staying on defense, Dontari Poe, Kansas City Chiefs, nose tackle. The thing about Dontari Poe is he is such a good player. I know he's huge. He can play defensive tackle in a 4-3. He can play the nose. I don't think the Chiefs are going to be able to afford him and Eric Berry. And a lot of people are speculating about Tony Romo coming to the Chiefs. So this is an interesting offseason. What do they do with Jamal Charles? If Dontari Poe goes to another team, I see the Titans, 49ers, or Bengals. How much better would the Bengals defense be with this guy? If they could get back on track like they were in 2014, they could be a real contender and maybe get a jump pass in there. How about that? All right, Dont'a Hightower. Great Super Bowl 51 performance from this man. The whole nation saw that this guy could play. I think the Patriots would want him back. I think the Patriots would be more inclined to bring him back than Martellus Bennett. We'll see. Interesting offseason for them. Obviously, Jimmy Garoppolo trade's being talked about a lot. If Hightower was not to land back with the Patriots, I've got the Colts, the Redskins, and the Raiders. And boy, the Colts defense certainly could use impact play from a guy like this. Look, the Colts have the quarterback. They have some key pieces on offense. They got a young offensive line that played a little better at the end of the season. Boy, Hightower would make that team better. Okay, I think Alshon Jeffrey would make a lot of teams better, including your fantasy team, if he could stay on the field and if he had a quarterback to play with. This is really one of these 50-50 deals for a wide receiver who's great at going up for those 50-50 balls. And I'll tell you, if he doesn't go back to the Bears, Tampa Bay, San Francisco, and the Los Angeles Rams are teams that I could see him going to. San Francisco, look, you don't have to tell Kyle Shanahan how great it is to have a guy at the X position, okay? We saw what Julio Jones can do. I'm not saying Alshon Jeffrey is Julio Jones, but he certainly could make Jared Goff look a lot better and get some of the focus off of Todd Gurley. Alshon Jeffrey, will he stay with the Bears? That is a big question. I think Kirk Cousins, our number 3 guy here, is going to stay with the Redskins. But if they merely franchise tag him, it would take 2 first-round picks to get him. You see, I've got San Francisco and Cleveland there. I don't know that Cleveland would make that deal, but why wouldn't the 49ers? They need a quarterback. You just hired an offensive guru, at least we think, in Kyle Shanahan, and I know that John Lynch has been very positive and glowing in his reviews of Kirk Cousins in the past. Are 2 first-round picks too much to pay for a quarterback? Hey, did you just watch Super Bowl 51? Did you see the way Matt Ryan and Tom Brady played? I would say that's not too steep a price. That said, I think he ends up in a Redskins uniform once again in 2017. Okay, Eric Berry, another guy that could be franchised. We talked about Dontari Poe. I don't think the Chiefs can afford both guys. I think he'd look great in a Raiders uniform, though. Man, I don't think the Chiefs are going to let Eric Berry go. I think this is the guy that they'll end up franchising. I like him with the Titans. Boy, the Browns could certainly use him, although they let go of a young safety last year to the Jags. But the Raiders, man, you get Eric Berry, you missed out on Eric Weddle last year. Addition by subtraction, i.e. taking away from your major division rival, just sounds too good, doesn't it? Okay, and our number one free agent, Le'Veon Bell. You know, we ranked him kind of loosely because if you said Kirk Cousins is number one, I wouldn't be mad at you. Now, if the Steelers were to franchise Le'Veon Bell, which I think that they will do, would a team give 2 first-round picks to get him? I would not think so. A running back, short shelf life. Le'Veon Bell's had some off-the-field stuff. He's had injury problems. You just don't give up 2 first-round picks for a running back anymore. This isn't 1986. That said, if he doesn't go back to the Steelers, Tampa Bay and Jacksonville, they have the money. They both could use running backs. I don't think TJ Yeldon is the answer, and Tampa Bay could certainly use a running back. Hey, how about a bonus guy? Tony Romo, what a heck of a bonus guy. When this guy is healthy and right, he is a top 5 quarterback in pro football. I don't care what people say about his playoff record and everything. It's a team sport. And Tony Romo has been one of the best in the game since becoming a starter in 2006. You see Houston, you see Chicago, you see Denver. You can add Kansas City to that mix. You can add the Jets to that mix. To me, it's the Chicago Bears. They've got a good offensive line, good young running back. They re-signed Alshon Jeffrey. They got young pieces on defense. And as much speculation as there is about the Texans, are they going to bail on Brock? The Broncos, what about their offensive line? You don't sign Tony Romo if you can't protect him. And if you go to a Bears game, what jerseys do you see? You see Gale Sayers. You see Brian Urlacher. You see Dick Butkus. What do those guys have in common? None of them are playing for the Bears anymore. If Tony Romo plays well there for a couple years, he'll be remembered there forever. And remember, he played at East Illinois. And you can always go to NFL.com for more on your free agents. See you, everybody.